Continue our coverage here at IDS in Cologne, Germany, 2025, sitting with Oliver, Business Development here at True Abutment. Oliver, I want to talk about something that's always been exciting, IOConnect. I want to talk about IOConnect. For those that don't know, they're living under a rock, I guess, but what is IOConnect?
So, thanks, Jeff. IOConnect is our full art solution that has been on the market for, I think, over a year now. Basically, what it does is you capture the position of the multi-unit abutments, transfer that into our IOConnect app, extract the new position of the multi-units, and then import it into either 3Shape or Exocad so you can design your temporary denture or even final denture. We've had a great success. As you know, we partnered with 3Shape recently, so that's been huge for us. And, we'll see what happens next.
So, that's a big thing. We heard Rune talking about, the 3Shape, the Trios 6, but that partnership, that integration into 3Shape, that is really big for True Abutment. But most importantly, it's so fantastic. It's so amazing for all the doctors out there to utilize that. It's such a great partnership. How did that partnership come together?
As you know, 3Shape has been on the market for so long. They're one of the pioneers when it comes to digital dentistry, digital designs. So obviously they recognize True Abutment as one of the leaders in the digital dentistry. We kind of came together, to form this partnership so we can provide a better solution for the dentists and for the labs as well. Especially in the United States, even in Europe, 3Shape it's really big. Pretty much every other lab or dental office is using 3Shape to design their from regular day-to-day crowns to super complicated, full arch cases. So again, it's something that we came up with to provide a better solution. Go after all these doctors that wanna put more hands-on. And take control over their design if that's what they want, or they can just simply scan and send the scans to the lab so the lab can do all the hard work for them. But it's been great so far, and we're looking forward to do even more with them.
Oliver hanging out with us. Oliver, thank you so very much. We'll continue the coverage here at IDS in just a bit. Let's talk about IDS. You came in a couple of days ago. This show is overwhelming for so many with a lot of new releases, updates. But what we're going to talk about here is T-Marker. Tell me about T-Marker. How long has the build-up been going?
So I think the concept came out around a year and a half, 2 years ago. Really started seeing the first instances of it in Dubai of last year, actually. And it was a great concept, obviously. With photogrammetry, it seems like it's becoming a more and more popular notion. A lot of people are talking about it. And it's proven itself to be a very, applicable workflow inside dentistry. The problem, well, maybe one of the hurdles, should I say, with photogrammetry is the cost of it. So what the idea that we came out with was to use a more applicable technology that we have using the iPad with the actual locators or the markers themselves. So it can save some money, obviously, and it also utilizes some technologies that we already have inside the office.
So how does T-Marker truly work? Somebody comes up and they said, okay, so tell me about T-Marker. I've heard about it. Hasn't been necessarily officially announced yet on when it's going to be released, but what is T-Marker?
So T-Marker is photogrammetry that works with an iPad. We've had a few soft launches with it, again, back in Dubai of 2024. So we've been kind of showcasing the technology, kind of leaking out a little bit of information so people understand that a more cost-effective solution is out there. But essentially what you're purchasing is the actual marker units themselves inside an autoclavable case. And then you're obviously going to download software that will work directly with the iPad that you would have at your current household or practice.
So there's a hidden secret that some know about, most don't know about, but it's the free software. I want to talk about TruSuite. Talk to me about TruSuite for those that don't know.
Well, TruSuite is kind of a hidden secret in my opinion. TruSuite is our software platform that we have. It's downloadable for free, so you don't need any dongle or export fees. But it truly is free software that you can use for crown design, surgical guide design, model builder, night guard. There's a new denture software that's in TruSuite. It's called Denture 2.0. It's phenomenal software that a lot of doctors are just simply unaware of at this moment in time. But when you really think about the cost of the licensing fees and the export fees in some situations with all the software out there, it really is a little gem that's out there for the doctors that maybe want to start implementing some of their own design technology in their office without really making an upfront investment, and really kind of decide if this is going to be more of a route that you'd want to go down the road, essentially. And it's just a free platform for you to really learn. And it also is a really interactive software that has a lot of training portfolios that go through it, so you can actually download files and actually work through it with YouTube videos. So it's a really easy software to use, and again, it's free, and a lot of doctors are completely unaware of it.
So is this made for any doctor or specific doctors that have a specialty?
It truly is for any doctor, and even labs in a lot of situations. So there's a lot of different uses for it, or even educational programs in school, dental assistants. That literally anyone can get in and download the software for free and use it at their own space and time.
Day number 1 continues here at IDS in Cologne, Germany, 2025. It's a great opportunity, I should say, to chat with so many great innovators, so many great founders. And speaking of founder, that's who I have right now. He is the CEO of iMetrix, Horst Beyer. Horst, it's so good to have you here in our little studio, a little true studio. IDS is a staple, obviously the biggest dental show in the world. How often have you been to IDS? How many years have you been here?
God, I will have to give away my age, I think. We actually started 2007 with the desktop scanner at IDS. And I think we have been every year at IDS except COVID, and I think the following IDS. And since then, we're back here. And it is true, you always see all the new things, and you can meet everybody.
Yeah.
Like here, you can meet other people who do photogrammetry or similar solutions.
Yeah. People might not know your name. They certainly know iMetrix. They certainly know the company. There has been a lot of innovation in photogrammetry, and that's a big buzzword is photogrammetry, but it's been around for a long time. I mean, photogrammetry started over a century ago, back in like 1870, I believe, maybe, but the technology now obviously is very different. For those that maybe don't know your company, can you explain what you do and how you support the industry as a whole?
Well, photogrammetry really became mainstream in mapping.
Yeah.
First World War, the British took about 5 million aerial images to map the war zones. Yeah. And aerial mapping started basically with the planes at that time. And we know from aerial mapping a lot of things, what works and what doesn't work. And my background is actually industrial metrology using photogrammetry. So where you take a single camera and you measure cars, you can measure a car to 50 micron accuracy, yeah? Over car. That would be like 1 micron in the mouse. Okay. Don't worry, I don't claim we can measure a micron in the mouse. Not gonna happen, not from my mouse. And when we made desktop scanners for lab, basically to make bars, we saw the biggest problem was the model. You have lost the war when you have got to the model. And so already 2007, 2008, we had discussions, let's do photogrammetry in the mouse. But at that time, even we said we would be crazy doing this, yeah? And actually the first photogrammetry system in the dental market was not out, it was PIC, yeah? And it came out over 10 years ago. And we started very early. We had the first prototype or clinical trial 2013, 2014. We tested with 10 clients 2018, and we came on the market 2019, and we all had COVID. And for us, that was a blessing and a nightmare, because all the orders we had, they disappeared. And the blessing was that the market started to look around, what do we actually need to do? And they found, yeah, photogrammetry is a great solution, especially for full arch. So it's not only full arch, you can do 2 and more implants with photogrammetry. Okay. We get the relative precision. And our aim was to get basically with photogrammetry as accurate in the mouse as you can do with the desktop scanner on the model. And we're basically there today. With iCam today, we're very close. We don't speak about accuracy of iCam actually, because until today we haven't found a very good method to prove it. It's very complicated to prove it for photogrammetry. It's much easier for scanning. But we know that when you use an ICAM, you basically have never failure. We know this from statistics. We have, for example, Milling Center, they do 75% is ICAM with 0 failures, and the 25% is other systems with failures. Yeah. So we are at the level where we don't have failures, and that's the whole philosophy. We want to do a system where you have 0 failures, and it can be done. And that really changes the game in full arch implantology.
You know, it's interesting, really nice talking to you. The insight that you have is very different than so many other doctors, lab owners in general, educators. Your insight, the way that you see things is definitely quite different. And I think obviously it's because of your background. It's great to talk to you. Really great to chat with you. Great having you here in the True Studio. And again, we'll have more coverage here at IDS 2025 Cologne, Germany. Day 2 is coming up tomorrow, but we have a lot more here in day 1. See you in a bit. Well, day 2 continues here at True Abutment, Cologne, Germany. Beautiful country and a beautiful city. Day number 2 here at IDS. And I'm hanging out with Pauline she's a sales executive at Advanced Orthodontic Solutions, or we just say simply AOS. Pauline, thanks for sitting down with us in our True Abutment living room, so to speak. So I want to find out how AOS got started, because AOS didn't get started in the dental industry. It evolved into the industry. It was made, this machine, the bending machine was made in the industrial industry first, and then it turned into it. How'd that all come together?
Our president of our company, his name is Konstantin Graspas. And a lot of the issues that we face in our industry with orthodontic and dental is trying to find good technicians. So a lot of the lab owners around the world ask Konstantin, is there any way that you can help us create something that is fast? It's the fastest CNC micro bending machine. We are the first to invent the micro bending machine for the orthodontic and dental industry, but also we created our own software. So he's a genius and a half.
Yeah, it certainly does like he's a genius and a half. I mean, it's tough transitioning into the dental industry, but he's done it flawlessly, it sounds like. So what are you most excited about? IDS can be overwhelming for so many of us, certainly overwhelming for me. But what are you looking for here? I mean, meeting clients, selling, obviously, that's the big thing here at IDS, but building those relationships are so important. Have you walked around the halls? Have you seen some exciting things?
I have. A lot of the, I would say, exhibitors are more dental, and we actually fit into the dental industry due to the fact that our machine can bend the C-class and Adams class for partials. So it's amazing. It's a great show. A lot of it, of course, making the connections and connecting with people in the industry so we can help each other out. We're all a big family.
We are a big family. Well, Pauline, thank you very much for sitting down with us here in the True Living Room. Looking forward to continuing chatting with us. You know, AOS is right next to us here in the halls here. We're in J30, 4.2. There's 4.1s, there's 10s, there's 11. This is a massive, massive show. So if you've never been to IDS, 2 years from now, definitely come back. We'll all hang out and have a big party and be the family, like Pauline said. All right, hey, day 2 continues. More here at True Abutment. Coverage continues here at IDS in Cologne, Germany, 2025. It's been exciting chatting with so many great innovators, influencers in the market, and professors and doctors, of course, but dealers, well, that's something new, isn't it? Mark Croft from the UK, dealer with True Abutment. Excited to sit down with you, Mark, because, chatting with somebody like you, your job is to find out what's coming up, what's going on in the market, the new products, the new releases, the new companies. You and I were just chatting off camera. The companies that are popping up in the industry from just a couple of years ago at IDS, never heard of them, but they've got great products, are innovative, and it's exciting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jeff. I mean, look, I love coming to IDS. This is, I think, my 6th visit here over the years, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I said to you, as you said off camera, I spent an hour arriving this morning just walking around, and I saw so many companies I've never seen before in the market. So many new products being developed. I mean, particularly on the digital side, some really exciting technologies of AI, etc., that are moving forward. And of course, True, as always, with their new solutions right at the forefront of a market, producing some fantastic things. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. It's exciting. The buzz is amazing this year. We'll see what comes up over the next 3 or 4 days.
So you mentioned True. Of course, this is the True Living Room, we're calling this. Why did you choose True? There's so many great companies out there. Why did you say, you know what, I want to go ahead and be a part of this, revolution that True has really created? One of the fastest growing implant companies out there. Such an exciting company, so innovative itself, and that's why I wanted to be a part of it. But why you?
Well, it's been a really amazing journey that we've had with True Abutment. My company, Full Arch Dental, we set up in the UK and Ireland in 2018. I was already aware of True Abutment to a certain extent from my previous experiences in the industry. I've been involved in dentistry, implantology particularly, for now 20 years almost. And I'd become aware of True Abutment. I went over to California. I met with the guys. This was 2018, 17. And what was obvious to me immediately was that they were producing products to such a high level. Not only that, their focus on the customer, the dentist, the clinic, and ensuring that they were producing solutions that were going to enable them to do better workflows, provide solutions that could enhance everything that they did every day in the clinic was obvious to me. And at that time, even True were relatively small, and they've obviously grown massively in the last 6 or 7 years. And we've just been very fortunate to be a partner with them in the UK and Ireland, benefiting from their continued focus on excellent products, development of new solutions, like IO Connect, for example, which we're here this week, is just an amazing solution for full arch dentistry. And they just continue to push the boundaries, I think. Not only that, product is one thing, I would say. Their attention to education and the focus they have on elevating dentists and taking them through the journey to improve their own clinical outcomes as well really is incredibly impressive. The True Academy is phenomenal. Nothing really exists like that in the UK, but we'd hope to replicate it at some point in the future.
Yeah, you're talking about Tata, and it really is. It's just an amazing thing for doctors to be a part of. High quality. I mean, that's really what True Abutment's about. It's about the quality of the product, the quality of the relationship, and maintaining all of that, which is the hardest thing to do. Before we wrap this up, what's the next thing you've got going on? It's a big haul. This is just one. I think 11 hauls. What do you got coming up next? Where are you going to go?
So I'm quite excited. So I think it's just maybe 100 yards down this way. I'm going over to see Rapid Shape, who are about to launch their 3D pod style printer. Okay, so very similar. Well, we'll find out. I don't know too much about it. I'm going to go and have a look in a minute. They got 2 launches today, but it's kind of the first solution I've seen come out that's maybe along the lines of the Sprint Ray Midas. So a chair-side printer that's got seamless workflows that could also, by the way, tie in beautifully with some of the things that we do with True Abutment. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Hope you got comfortable shoes on. Looks like, not too bad. They're stylish. I like that. Mark Croft, UK dealer for True Abutment. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you sitting down with us. Hey, more coverage here at IDS coming at you.